Hello friends, this is Tanmay De. Welcome to my channel Sanchoita. Today I am going to dictate a part of budget speech. In this dictation, you will get so many numbers and figures which will test your ability and speed in stenography. Speed will be 80 word per minute, total words 828, duration of dictation 10 minutes 22 seconds. I will also provide you important words outline and full passage. Now be ready. I will start after the countdown of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. It is expected that the revenue earning traffic to be carried by the railways will increase to 245 million tons in 1984-85. An allocation of rupees 201 crore is being made for the development of ports, including rupees 27 crore for the deepening of the Madras harbour. An outlay of rupees 3127 crore is being provided for petroleum. This includes a sum of rupees 2685 crore for the program of exploration and production and rupees 443 crore for the various schemes of refining and marketing. The target for production of crude oil in 1984-85 is about 30 million tons. A provision of rupees 200 crore is also being made for a gas pipeline project for supply of basin gas to the new fertilizer project to be set up at Bijaypur, Jagdishpur, Eonla, Babrala, Shahjahanpur and Sabai Madhopur. Higher allocations have been provided for steel, non-ferrous metals, paper, cement and several other sectors which are important for country's industrial development. I would also like to draw the attention of the House to the programs for the development of science and technology, conservation of natural resources and improvement of the environment in the plan for 1984-85. The successful positioning of INSAT 1B in a geocentric orbit in August last testifies to the excellent work done by our scientists, engineers and technicians. It is also a matter of pride to us that India has joined a select group of countries which have permanent scientific stations in the Antarctica. India has also achieved the distinction of being the only developing country to be given the status of pioneer investor decode by the Convention on the Law of the Sea, giving us the right to exploit the mineral resources of the deep sea beds. Finally, I should mention that the incentive schemes for better performance in selected areas initiated in 1983-84 will continue in 1984-85 also. As the House is aware, these schemes are designed to improve the functioning of the electricity boards and provide further impetus to the programs for small and marginal farmers, rural water supply schemes, environmental improvement in urban slums, construction of field channels in command area, development projects, and adult education for women and elementary education for girls. A lump sum provision of rupees 200 crore is being made for this purpose, lest the honorable members take me to be a magician who can do so much with so little. I hasten to clarify that the incentive scheme is designed to provide additional resources linked to performance for specified schemes. There are, of course, also separate substantial allocations for each of these schemes. I have only briefly touched upon the main priorities and objectives of the annual plan for 1984-85. Further details are available in the budget documents. In order to provide the maximum possible outlay for the plan, I have taken special care to ensure that non-plan expenditure is kept at the minimum. However, certain increases are necessary and unavoidable. I should also add that the estimates of receipts from and payments to state governments take into account the recommendations contained in the interim report of the 8th Finance Commission. I have already kept the House informed of this. The final report of the Commission is now expected by the end of April 1984. I have provided rupees 6,800 crore for defence expenditure next year against the revised estimates of rupees 6,350 crore. I am sure the House will agree that the requirements for defence have to be met fully to protect the security of the country. Interest payments next year are estimated at rupees 5,600 crore against rupees 4,850 crore in the current year. The borrowings are largely for financing our developmental efforts, and the increase is due to the success of our policies for mobilizing savings. A provision of rupees 850 crores has been made for food subsidy. The requirement for subsidy on indigenous and imported fertilizers is placed at rupees 1080 crore. Export promotion and market development have been allocated at rupees 530 crore. A lump sum provision of rupees 300 crore has been made in 1984-85 for payment of additional installment of dearness allowance, pensionary relief, etc. to central government employees. Including these and inter alia provision which are in the nature of adjustments, total non-plan expenditure are in 1984-85 estimated at rupees 26,066 crore against rupees 24,773 crore in revised estimates for 1983-84. Turning to receipts in 1984-85, the gross tax revenues at existing levels of taxation are estimated at rupees 22,993 crore compared with rupees 20,946 crore in the revised estimates. The state's share of taxes in 1984-85 is estimated at rupees 5,793 crore as against rupees 5,246 crore in the current year, which is an increase of nearly rupees 500 crore. The net tax revenues of the center will thus be rupees 17,254 crore compared with rupees 15,700 crore in the current year. The dividend from railways and posts and telegraphs will be higher by rupees 106 crore than the revised estimates for 1983-84. Now stop writing. Now try to read it back and then do transcription. Now I am showing you important words outline. Now I am showing you the full passage. Part 1, total word 218. Part 2, total word 212. Part 3, total word 173. Part 4, total word 225. That's all from us. Thanks very much for watching. If you think this dictation is useful to you, then give your response or suggestions through comments under the below comment section of this video. For regular classes, you can subscribe my channel and share with your friends.